Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is March 10th, 2021. We're going to talk about the Minnesota Wild game, a game that we gave out on Patreon today. Another rigged hockey game. Let me just share the video with the Patreon so that way we can talk about it. So, this is the sixth perfect day this month. And we got 21 days left. Okay, so there you go. All right, so let's take a look at this bullshit game. So those of you that saw the game, the Minnesota Wild, they beat the Las Vegas Golden Knights with a score of 3-4. And the Minnesota Wild, they improved to 15-8 for the season. And the Wild, they opened up as the underdog. They was at plus 107 to open up. And then I guess the fans was putting money on the Wild, and the line became even. So both teams were at negative 110. But if you caught the game when I put out the pick last night, then you should have made some positive money. Because a plus 107 means if you bet 100, you make $107, which is not bad, but it's still profit. And, if you bet 1,000, which I don't recommend anybody does, for anybody to do, don't bet anything that you can't afford to lose. But if you was to bet 1,000, you would have made a little bit over 1,000. You would probably make like $1,007 or $1,070, something like that. But I just want to show you guys the ritual. So the goalie for this game, his name is really hard to say, Kakkonen. But he wears the number 34 for the Minnesota Wild, right? And the game was played on a day with 34 numerology. 3 plus 10 plus 21 equals 34. And the Minnesota won with 34 points. And notice his surname is Gematria. It sums to 34. So this whole game was about the goalie. And like I said, the Minnesota Wild, they became 15-8 for the season. 15-8. And in Gematria, Minnesota Wild equals 158. They improved to 15-8 for the season. And notice their home record, they were 6-3 coming into the game. Vegas was also 6-3 on the road, which is tricky because Minnesota could have fell to 6-4 because Golden Knights is 64, but Golden Knights is also 73. And this is why sometimes a lot of you who decode, and myself included, we make mistakes sometimes because of these double coded scenarios where the team can either become 6-4 or 7-3. But the reason I feel confident in calling the Minnesota Wild to win is because of the 158 and all the other stuff that are connected to the team winning, right? The goalie wearing the number 34, and they were 34 numerology, and his name equals 34. So all these things say, you know what? I think that they're gonna have Vegas fall to 6-4. And have Minnesota improve to 7-3 because the Golden Knights have both gematria values in their name. So they both Golden Knights equals 73 and 64. But once you make the other connections, then you can see which of the two teams is going to have the record matching the name of the gematria. Right? So if I didn't see any of the other connections, I would have probably stood away from this game because either team could have became 6-4. But the other connections helped me make my decision. I said, you know what? They're going to go with Vegas becoming 6-4 away because Minnesota is going to become 15-8 at home. And by becoming 15-8, they'll have no choice but to become 7-3 at home. Right? And then the goalie made a big difference, right? He wears number 34, Dave with 34 numerology. His surname is 34. And how perfect for the game to end 3-4, like how we called, right? So just wanted to show you guys that hockey, basketball, college basketball, baseball. Baseball's coming up on April 1st, and I'm guarantee you when the season starts, I'm gonna be making videos showing you how it's rigged also by the numbers, because all these leagues are rigged by the same code, gematria, and this stuff is tricky. Sometimes it can get tricky, but if you do what I'm doing, pick one team a day, the strongest riddle of the day, and bet on that, you're gonna make money. This is the 6th perfect day this month. I actually gotta write it here. Because I've been keeping track. I'm reaching for at least 20 perfect days in the month of March. 20. This is the 3rd perfect day in a row. You know, Sunday, even though we had the All-Star game correct, I gave out an early pick that day, which didn't make us perfect. But we still, you know, even the days that we don't go perfect, we still hit picks, right? Like our Thursday, we didn't go perfect, but we still had the Miami Heat beating the New Orleans Pelicans. The only 2 really bad days was Friday and Saturday, because I chased these big underdogs that I wasn't supposed to. And notice once I stopped doing that, we went back on right back on track. Right, 3 perfect days in a row. And I got a little greedy in the end of the week because I was doing so good in the beginning of the week. I was like, oh, let me test my luck. But I said, you know what? This is not gonna help us in the long run. Chasing these big underdogs. Let's just go to what works. And what works is 1 pick a day, the team with the strongest riddle, and putting a good amount of money on it, so that way you can make a good amount of money back. That's the best way to make money in gambling. Because there's no reason for us to have this knowledge and not be, benefiting from it financially. This is the most important knowledge in the world. So we should be benefiting from it financially. There's no reason why the casinos should be still today beating us. There should be no reason for that. Especially when we can see stuff like this in advance. Right? There's no other Dakotas in the world. You know, you could go to any handicappers in Vegas. None of them are going to be able to tell you stuff like this. Only the people in the gym, some of the people in the gematria community, not all of them, but only some. You know, these type of things are really exclusive to this community. Nobody else in the world could do this. Nobody can show you how they're going to have a big 34 ritual before the game starts, and then, lo and behold, the game ends 3-4. Nobody that handicaps sports is ever going to predict that because they don't understand the code. I mean, damn sure not going to tell you that the team is going to become 15-8 because of this. You know? So I'm going to leave it there. Don't want to make it a long video, but congratulations to all the people on Patreon. If you guys want sports picks, I mean, we're hot right now. You want to take advantage. I'm going to leave a link in the comment section. If you're not satisfied with the service, you can always unsubscribe. I don't know why anybody would be I don't know why anybody would be unsatisfied with the service when we're putting up results like this. So I'm aiming for 20 perfect days. Right now we have 6, but if you count February 28th, that's 7. But we have 6 in the month of March. All I need is 14 more. So by next Wednesday, I could reach my goal. Well, actually by the 24th, 2 Wednesdays from now. And then we'll still have another 7 days in the month. So let's see, maybe I could get more than 20. But I'm aiming for 20. If I could get more, then so be it. But if this strategy continues to work the way it is, this is what we're gonna do permanently from now on. 1 pick a day, the best pick of the day, and that's it. So good luck, everybody, tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time.